Is the San Angelo City Council considering appointing a police chief again instead of electing one? We'll find out. Plus, we have national champion herding dogs from Christoval in the building. I'm Yantis Green. Welcome to Live. This show is brought to you by Myers Drug and Boutique. For the ladies, whether you're traveling, partying, or working, Katie Loxton has a selection of bags that are made of vegan leather and can also be personalized, giving that extra luxury to your everyday style. Myers Boutique is the only spot in San Angelo where you can get these extremely fashionable bags. Located at the corner of Chadbourne and Beauregard in the center of historic downtown San Angelo, you can shop there Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, and on Saturdays, 10 to 2. See more at myersdrug.com. Also, the culinary moment many San Angeloans have been waiting for is finally here. Jason's Deli is complete, wrapping up final touches, and is opening the popular eatery this Thursday. But before it officially opened, the restaurant held a soft opening event and ribbon cutting Tuesday to celebrate. San Angelo Chamber of Commerce President Walt Koenig was there, and he shared some encouraging words with the staff of Jason's Deli. Let's listen.
On behalf of the Chamber of Commerce family, once again, we welcome you to San Angelo. We're awfully happy to have you here and awfully honored to have you as part of our chamber community and the community at large. I've been looking for a good go-to place for lunch, and the salad looks great. My wife appreciates it when I eat that way, so I'm going to do that whenever I can. And I really, once again, appreciate the fact that you're bringing commerce, quality, and obvious passion to this community. We're find a great home here in San Angelo. We're here to help you in any way we can to be successful.
Now, Jason's Deli officially opens to the public on Thursday, August the 4th at 10 a.m. The deli and sandwich shop offers a variety of soups and salads, sandwiches and pastas, and that huge and famous salad bar. Once the shop is open, the hours will be every day from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., but for the upcoming high school football season, Jason's Deli will stay open until midnight on Friday nights. Of course, they are on Knickerbocker Road there across from San Angelo Stadium. Also, the San Angelo City Council Tuesday morning once again discussed the possibility of changing the San Angelo Police Chief office from an elected to an appointed position. San Angelo currently is the only city in Texas that still elects a police chief. During the meeting, head of the Charter Review Committee, retired San Angelo Municipal Judge Alan Gilbert, explained that the majority of people are concerned because of the minimal qualifications for becoming San Angelo Police Chief. Let's listen.
Let's look at the San Angelo City Charter. The City Charter was created to have the elected police chief for the city of San Angelo. 61 says that the chief shall have been a resident of the city of San Angelo for a period of at least 2 years immediately prior to his election and shall possess the qualifications of electors in said city.
So are you telling me that the only two qualifications to run for chief of police is they have to have lived in this city for 2 years?
And be an elector.
And
Yes, ma'am. You must have been looking at my paper. I've got that written down right here.
just making sure.
That's correct. And that the term of the chief is going to be for 4 years. Those are the requirements.
Now, following that discussion with council, one public comment stood out from the rest from local Tea Party member Anna Bartosh. She voiced her opposition to the government taking away voters' power to elect a police chief.
Things I wrote down, and to me the biggest concern that seems to have been expressed is qualifications. The election process generally flushes that out. As part of the Tea Party, I remember years ago when Chief Carter ran, that was probably our biggest meeting ever. It was packed. And we had all of the candidates for the police chief, and there were a lot of questions. So As far as qualifications, I'm not that concerned. Yes, you could write that in the charter, and that would take care of that and not worry about the elected versus appointed. I don't know how many times this has been before the public, the citizenry of San Angelo, and every single time appointed versus elected has been defeated. It's been several times it's been on our ballots.
I think 11 would be the number.
11 would be that number. With, I don't know, 73% in the last election voted.
The point is that it was well stated by Judge Gilbert that even though it was put on a ballot in the past, no one did anything to educate or meet one-on-one with citizens and opened up that conversation.
Okay, and my next concerns are, what are the qualifications of the appointers? The city manager, what's the qualification there? So you're worried about the police chief, and yes, they do need to have qualifications, and I really feel like the election process flushes all of that out, but you can put that in the charter and satisfy everybody. Anyway, those are my comments. And then when you take the power away from the citizenry, which should be in everybody's mind in every decision you make, does this interfere with the power of the people? I would always have to vote no. Thank you.
I think I have a question.
Larry, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, here we talked about 18 years old and, you know, the other minimal prerequisites. You're not in favor of eliminating other possible prerequisites for an elected or selected chief of police. Is that correct?
Correct. If you put it in the charter, then whoever is appointed or elected needs to meet those qualifications.
Thank you.
The Charter Review Committee requested more time to educate the public on the details of electing versus appointing a police chief. The committee will take from now until January to educate the public on the issue before bringing it back to council. The proposition could then be on the ballot for the 12th time in May of 2023. Also, newly released inmates at the Tom Green County Jail will now have the opportunity to get a ride to the bus station in downtown San Angelo twice a day under a memorandum of understanding between the county and the Concho Valley Council of Governments Concho Valley Transit District. Commissioners approved the deal with the Transit District for a pilot program from now through December 31st of this year. The MOU provides a bus to pick up newly released inmates at the jail at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and transport them to the bus station downtown located at 510 North Chadbourn Street. Jail Commander Todd Allen told the court that since the new jail opened in July of 2020, inmates have been released at the site on US 67 277 North and had to make their own way back to the city if they didn't have a ride. Allen told commissioners that inmates released overnight would be allowed to stay in the jail lobby until the bus arrived the next morning. Speaking of buses, the mayor of Washington, D.C. has now publicly attacked Texas Governor Greg Abbott over the busing of illegal migrants to Washington, D.C., while on a corporate media news talk show, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser had this to say.
The Washington Post reported last week that homeless shelters in D.C. were filling up. And groups are getting overwhelmed by these buses that the governors of Texas and Arizona are sending here full of migrants. How significant is this influx? How many people?
Well, this is a very significant issue. We have for sure called on the federal government to work across state lines to prevent people from really being tricked into getting on buses. We think they're largely asylum seekers who are going to final destinations that are not Washington, D.C. I worked with the White House to make sure that FEMA provided a grant to a local organization that is providing services to folks. But I fear that they're being tricked into nationwide bus trips when their final destinations are places all over the United States of America.
In response, Governor Abbott invited the D.C. mayor to visit the Texas border and see the truth. Abbott said, quote, "As law enforcement agents along the Texas-Mexico border respond to thousands of illegal crossings each and every day, putting their lives on the line for Texans and for all Americans, the crisis demands the attention of not only the Biden administration, which is responsible for securing the border, but leaders across the country. As governor, I invite you, the mayor of D.C., to visit our border region to see firsthand the dire situation that only grows more urgent with each passing day, and to meet with the local officials who, like yourself, realize this matter deserves immediate federal attention." Only time will tell if the mayor will take Abbott up on that offer. And a local suspect has been arrested after attacking and robbing a man with pepper spray. According to law enforcement reports, the victim observed Austin Zertuch following him from Carlsbad and pulled over in the 11,000 block of West Grape Creek Road. Zertuch then pulled up alongside the victim in his car and asked if he could use his cell phone. Zertuch approached the driver's side window and allegedly produced a can of pepper spray and sprayed the victim in the face and chest. The victim said that Zertuch then took his cell phone, valued at nearly $1,500. At the scene, deputies did find a can of Sabre Red brand pepper spray gel. Zertuch was arrested by Tom Green County Sheriff's Office deputies on August 1st and was released on August 2nd on $20,000 bond. After the break, Darlene and Rick Cannon joined the program to show and introduce their national champion herding dogs, Gayle and Dave. But before that, Cano's Diamonds, Bill Cano with Cano's Diamonds and Coins, has a quick message.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Cano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Cano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Cano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Cano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo. Welcome back to the show. We're here with Rick and Darlene Cannon. Guys, how are we doing today?
Great.
All right, so let's get into it. Why are we here? They can't see it yet, but we're gonna go ahead and let them see them. These bad boys right here are why we're here. Guys, y'all want to talk about good old Gayle and Duke for us? Dave. Gayle and Dave, sorry.
Dave is from, we went to Afton, Wyoming, and he is novice sheepdog of the year.
The novice sheepdog of the year. So basically what that means is this dog right here can get any group of sheep anywhere you guys want them to, right?
Yeah, on a smaller course.
On a smaller course. So what goes into these competitions? They're agility type of events, but kind of tell me about the activities.
Well, lately we've been doing arena trials, which are basically held in a 50-yard by 100-yard arena or smaller. And there's a set of obstacles that are put out there, different types of chutes and barrels and pens that you work the sheep around with the dog. And you talk to the dog with a sheepdog whistle.
All right, so if you don't mind, can you just give me a good whistle? Everyone can hear it. Oh, look at that. Their ears are perked up. They are ready to go. So what kind of commands do you give with those with that whistle? What are those? What do you give? Like, I guess the commands.
Walk up, come by, away, steady.
And so what are those used for?
To give the dog.
Left away is a right hand command.
Okay.
So the dog will go to the right.
Okay.
Come by is a left hand command.
Okay.
To the left. Walk up. Walk straight into the sheep. Lie down. Lie down.
All right.
And then there's a recall whistle. You call them back to you.
All right.
And there's variations of each whistle.
Okay.
And some people have a couple of different whistles for away or come by.
So let's take y'all gave me some video to take a look at. If we want to take, it's right here. This was in Wyoming. Let's go ahead and roll the tape. So, Rick, kind of walk me through what's going on here. Can you see this right here? Kind of walk me through what's going on.
I just sent Gayle on an outrun, and she's bringing the sheep through a fetch panel.
Okay.
And then she's going to bring them on to me and around the obstacle that's to my right there. And so you get all the sheep around each obstacle before you go on to the next obstacle.
So when you have a wildlife animal, say it's a cow, you get on a horse and you can maneuver that kind of thing. But when you have sheep, these are kind of small animals. You don't really want to get on a horse. Explain why a dog is beneficial in this.
The dog, you teach the dog pace and how to stay off the sheep and not get right up on them and scare them. And these dogs also work cattle and goats.
Okay, so you can use these for various amounts of different events.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's bring her back here, Yantis. So let's talk about the novice class and the rankings of this. How do those kind of things go into play there?
Well, I'm novice and I'm learning my whistle yet.
Okay.
I use voice.
Okay.
To direct him. Yeah, it'll be come by, away,
Okay.
and it has to be a deep voice. I'm learning that. Can't be high pitched.
All right. And can you tell the difference when somebody's whistling versus when you're doing your voice? Can the dog tell? I guess
The dog likes the whistle over the voice.
they do. Is it?
Yeah.
What is there a reason behind it?
Just the dog.
You take your emotion out of it.
Okay.
So if you're nervous and you're speaking in a cracked voice,
Yeah.
the dog knows it.
Right. That's like if you go home and you tell them, bad, like they're going to know that that's bad, right?
Also,
But if
the
it's a
further-
whistle,
yeah.
it's just a whistle. It's always the same
It's
whistle.
always the same.
Also, the further you're away, if you're in a field trial, distance.
Oh, I could definitely tell that. Okay, if let's pull up the next video we got here. Oh, that's you again. Okay, this is with Gayle again.
That's in Hamilton, Texas.
Okay, and what's going on here? This one you kind of get a little closer view of what's going on. This one seems to be bringing him into those little fenced areas.
Okay, well she is bringing him around me here.
Okay.
And then we'll drive to a set of panels. It's a chute.
All right.
And go through them. And
so right here, you're gonna bring him to the top. What's kind of going through your mind as you're directing your dog here?
You're trying to keep the sheep moving in a specific direction.
Okay.
And you're keeping the dog off of the sheep so the sheep don't get scared and make a right or left hand turn.
Mm-hmm.
So you bring him through that chute, and then we're going to go up and turn to the right and go around a barrel and bring them back over to a chute that's on the wall.
So right here, we're bringing them on, and then we bring them
barrel.
the next barrel, and then and this is how you get. Is this how you get scored on how fast it is, or is it how accurate it is?
It's speed.
Okay.
You're racing against the clock, and then in this particular trial, you'll come over and come through this last chute, and when the last sheep comes out the chute, that's your time.
So what are you thinking right here when they're just like barely walking? Are you like, would you just hurry up, sheep, and cross the line?
Stay calm at all costs.
Okay, all right. All right, Yantis, you can go ahead and bring it back. So these two dogs are, would you say, I mean, they're champion dogs. You've told me you've won stuff, and you have the belt buckles in there from Rodeo Houston. You've told me you've won stuff in San Antonio and all kinds of the place. Kind of just say, what does it mean to have these two beautiful dogs that you guys can just enjoy?
They're great dogs.
Yes.
And, it's tough to replace a good dog. You'll go through a lot of dogs before you get one that's just that much better than the others.
And would you consider these your pets? I know some people have animals for
he
sports,
is.
but
Yeah.
would you consider these your pets? They sleep with you at night.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They stay in the house at night. We'll put them out during the day if it's not 104.
Oh, right
Yeah,
now I
right.
know. Yeah. So, is there anything else that you guys just want to say out there? Just trying to get people maybe more encouraged to watch the sport or just get involved with this.
Yeah,
Especially this is lamb
if they
country.
would like to get involved in it, they can look up Texas Sheepdog Association
Okay.
on the internet and give them a call and join it, or go to trials and watch and slowly get involved in it. It's
I-
a great sport.
I tell you, I've only been watching for about a couple days since we've been talking, and I'm very intrigued on it. I mean, these dogs could be used for all kinds of different things. I mean, heck, if you have a toddler running around the house, it can wrangle your toddler up even.
They could round up children, but they might nip one.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on today. If next time you guys go win big, y'all are more than welcome to come over here and just, brag a little bit.
Well, we have
We'll do it.
Texas finals coming up.
Texas finals are coming up in November, correct?
November.
And where are those going to be located at?
In Stephenville, Texas.
Of course, Cowboy Country right there.
Yep.
So if you want to see them November 8th, you said, go check them out at the Texas Finals for the sheep herding dogs. This is Rick and Darlene and Gayle and Dave. This has been fun. Thanks for watching, and we'll be right back. All right, that's good.
And thanks for watching today. Remember to like us on all the social media and join us each weekday here for the latest in local news. We're San Angelo Live. All we do is local news. We have the largest and fastest growing audience in the news business in West Texas, and we work hard every day to bring you the latest, best, and most detailed and accurate local news possible. We are your friends and neighbors. We're not owned by some large corporation located out of state, and we care about what affects you. Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow.